Question 5. Here's a probability scale. So we have 0 to 1, we have half in the middle, and we've got a few markings along the way, which we'll look at the scale for that in a moment. Reminder of probability: 0 refers to impossible, 1 refers to certain or definite. Our half is our 50-50 chance or 50-50 probability. And as far as the rest of the decimals are concerned, well, a half here is the same as a 0.5. And if we look at the number of jumps we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.5 divided by 6 is actually not going to give us a nice answer. So we actually need to dig a little deeper here. So we have 0 to 1 being the whole thing. If I have 6 jumps to get to the middle, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I have another 6. I'm going to end up with this 1 that is the whole thing, width-wise, as far as the number goes, divided by these 12 jumps. So one jump is going to have a probability of 1/12, which you don't want to turn that into a decimal because it's not that nice. Now, why 1/12? Why such a weird scale? Well, the question tells us there's 12 suites. So in terms of the probability that we're going to be doing, all of the descriptions that are here below, all of those fractions are going to be able to be written out of 12. The only time that that would change is if you have numbers like 0 out of 12 or 12 out of 12, which would simplify to 0 and 1 respectively. So next one, or next question even. There are 6 red suites, so I should have picked a different color actually. So 6 red suites, we have 2 yellow suites, and we have 4 green suites. Write down the letter, so we're interested in which of these letters refers to the probability of the following statements. Jasmine takes a red suite. Well, there are 6 red suites out of a possible 12, which gives us 6 over 12, which basically means we're going to be 6 jumps out of the 12, which takes us to C. Another way we can look at this is 6 over 12 simplifies to a half. Therefore, the answer for this is C. Even though that's the maths that back it up, C is technically answering the question because it asks us to write down the letter. Part 2, Jasmine takes a suite that is not yellow. Well, there are 2 yellow suites. So if it's not yellow, then that means it's going to be the rest, which gives us 10 for the rest. Our fraction would then be 10 out of 12, which, again, we can count jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, giving us D as our answer. I could also simplify this to being 5, 6, but it doesn't really matter. I've already identified the letter that it needs to be, so I'm just going to write down D. And lastly, Jasmine takes a purple suite. Well, there was no purple mentioned in the question, therefore there are no suites out of the 12 that are purple, giving us a fraction of 0 out of 12, or 0, because 0 divided by anything is 0, which means A is going to be our letter to describe that part on the probability scale. Done.